This is a brief video to help you in your supervised research planning meeting with your advisor. As we have discussed, your MSPS advisor is your personal Sherpa up the thesis mountain. A Sherpa is a member of a Himalayan people living on the borders of Nepal and Tibet, and they're renowned for their skills in mountaineering. So this metaphor is important in helping you to see how your advisor will assist you because of their expertise and their experience, but you are actually climbing the mountain. They can't climb the mountain for you. As we have said, we know that a thesis is a very daunting task. It's a huge mountain ahead, and the only way to move forward is one step at a time, and that is why we have intentionally designed our coursework in the MSPS program to help you along that path through supervised research, thesis A, thesis B, and thesis C. By the end of this video, you should be better prepared to have a very intentional conversation with your advisor to start off this important relationship as they assist you up the mountain. So what is supervised research? For supervised research, you will be completing 9 hours of work a week across the semester, and this is work that is done pretty independently. When we think about the definition of to supervise, is to observe and direct a task. So your advisor will be checking in with you regularly, and you need to establish what this looks like. Some questions you can ask them as you get to know them better, and also as you gain knowledge and soft skills in terms of mentoring. You can ask them what their mentoring experiences were like, what were good mentors they've had, what were mentors that provided challenging relationships. What is their personal mentoring style? How do they see that they mentor their students? What are characteristics of the students who have been most successful in their lab? And you can ask them, do you think that they're more hands-off or hands-on? As I have mentioned with you, there's a variety of mentoring styles in our department, and it's important that you find a good fit in that you can ask questions and be very intentional about how you set up your communication style. In this manner, rule number 1 of working with your advisor is to communicate. That is the best way to reduce stress, reduce frustration, and be sure that everybody understands what's going on. So these are some questions that you could ask to establish a good foundation for communication. When is the best time for us to meet regularly? How often should we meet? For how long? If I have a question between our meetings, what's the best way to reach you? How will we meet? Who else could I use as a resource? So what are other students in their lab, perhaps former students who have moved on, people who they collaborate with in the department? How do you grade supervised research? And do you prefer that I complete my hours in the lab or on campus? And can I complete some hours at home? These are the types of questions that you can ask to establish their clear expectations. Supervised research is up to the faculty's discretion in terms of grading and designing. So there is a wide range of how faculty would like to approach this course. You also need to be sure you are asking about what things you will be doing across the semester. This can also be you sharing some things that you would like to personally have experience with. This is a wide range of tasks. It can be from IRB development, data collection, working with existing data sets or on existing studies, developing your own thesis idea based on specific constructs, helping with data coding or cleaning, and assisting undergraduates in the lab. These are just a few of the many things that you might do. But it's important to keep in mind that there is a qualitative difference between your research experience at the graduate level than at the undergraduate level, in that you will be provided intentional tasks that help you to learn how to climb on your own. There is not as much hand-holding at the graduate level than at the undergraduate level, and we are specifically trying to help you to develop the skill on how to figure things out on your own. So you might see that there are some times that your advisor gives you a task and lets you work on it for a while. That this is something that they could teach you how to do right away, but the opportunity to learn how to do it on your own is going to be a more powerful learning experience. So if you don't have anything to do in supervised research for the week, this is where I always, in my lab, I ask students that I need to have at least 24 hours in advance of when they're going to be in the lab if they don't have anything to do. They can't just show up at my office and ask me what they need to do for that day, because it's very likely I won't have the time to stop what I'm doing and figure it out. So they have to take charge in planning out what they're doing, and sometimes they have to figure it out on their own. So here's a great example. Some of you have not met with your advisor yet, and you don't know what to do this week for your 9 hours of supervised research. So what can you do? You can pull up their CV and read through their articles. Take notes about the types of articles that they're consistently referencing. You could find some old theses from their past students. You can see what references are consistently cited across their articles and their students' documents, and find and read those references. You should be trying to gain a better understanding of their theoretical perspective, so specifically look into what theory they're consistently using. In a similar manner, you can look into what analytic approach they're consistently using. And these are things that you could learn more about on your own. Good luck. We will all be meeting with me one-on-one so that we can talk through your conversation with your advisor and your plans for the semester and how you feel about this initial climb up the foothills of Thesis Mountain.